Do you see him? You see him? Watch what happens when brake lean hits him. Ah. Ah. Yeah. Welcome to my life. Oh my God, we're in a G8. All right, folks. On my way home, I left you guys off last night with oil leaks and the boost is fixed. Tonight I am beginning you out with the seatbelt dinging, and people in this neighborhood are looking at me weird. I'm not even speeding. Anyway, so yeah. Oh my God, look at that. Holy smokes. She's hot. Anyway, on my way home right now to eat. I gotta eat first. I know you guys just want me to jump into working on cars or whatever, but I gotta eat. I'm starving. I'm gonna slow down a little bit because the cops sit over here in the funeral home. We fixed the boost yesterday, so that's fantastic. In a way, that's fantastic. But the big problem is now instead of having 5 pounds of boost, we got 15 on the spring. So with me fixing the wastegate and dealing with that Mac valve and everything, obviously I've had a problem with boost. You know what I mean? I must have fixed something. So I have brought home, I'm gonna throw this up here, a low resolution regulator with gauge from work. And we are going to test that tonight, because right now I'm kind of in limbo. I don't know if that wastegate spring is, if the wastegate is sprung too high, or if that evap purge hack that I've been talking about is bleeding by. We don't know. So I am going to test the gate tonight with this. And what else? We're going to test that, and then I'm going to jack it up and I'm going to lay under it, and I'm going to see where the fuck this oil leak is happening. Because the oil leak is actually a bigger issue to me than anything. Because if I broke another ring or a piston and it's pushing boost by the rings and building crankcase pressure, and that's why it's smoking, that's a bigger problem than boost actually right now. Because we could always, boost is, I shouldn't say it's easy to fix, but now we know what's going on, so we'll be able to fix it easier. So, I got stuff, and I know you guys don't want to hear this. I know you don't want to hear this, but we're gonna have to pull the plugs, and we're gonna have to do a compression check tonight. Because if it is a broken ring or another broken piston where it's pushing boost into the crankcase, then I'm gonna have to address it deeper. And then I'm just gonna have to spend some money. We're gonna have to get out of. I'm sorry, you guys, just dinging. We're gonna have to get out of this stock realm that I'm trying to live in. I really would love to stay with stock rods, stock piston, well, stock Gen 4 rods and stock pistons. I would love to stay there. I really would. But if I have to go with a good set of pistons, like Waistcoats or whatever, Eagle, whatever, I'd probably go Waistcoat. But if I have to go with better pistons, because the ring land is lower in a forged piston, I'll do it. I'll spend the $500, $600, $700 it is on a set of pistons. I'll do that. But so just so we can, I want to make it to the track this year. I want to click off a good pass. So, all right. Well, anyway, I'm gonna pause you guys right now for a few minutes. I just want to eat. I just got to eat, and then we'll pick it back up. So I'm gonna pause you. All right, boys. Now let's get to the nitty gritty. We're gonna test this wastegate out, and make sure that we're gonna find out what it's sprung at. So I'm gonna spin you around here. I do have let me get up here. It's a low resolution regulator and gauge. It only goes up to 28 pounds total. 25 big numbers, 28 total. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna air it up, and I'm gonna air up the bottom of the gate just to lift, hopefully lift the valve in there, so it's easier to install. Easier to install. Removing it is easy, but putting it back in to compress the spring, it's a bitch, because it's got a seal on that fire ring. So if you collapse it, kind of get everything snug where it's got to be, and then release it, then it seals onto the fire ring, and you know it's good, and then you tighten everything up. So I'm gonna pause you for a minute. I'm gonna get everything set up here, and then we're going to get to testing, and we're going to see what that spring in there is rated for. I thought it was 5 to 6 pounds, but now I don't know, because that Mac valve was bad. We all seen it in my last video. It was leaking, so it could have been bypassing. So that valve could really be, that spring could be in there, could be 15 pounds. And now that this new setup with my purge solenoid hack, that could be correct. So we need to find out for sure what that spring is. So I'm going to pause you, spin you around, get set up here, and then we're going to remove it and test it. So I'm going to pause you. Okay, boys. So I have the regulator hooked up, and I got the camera focused on that wastegate, okay? So I'm gonna start turning this in, and we're gonna see where it's gonna open. All right, so here we go. I'm turning. Right, watch the gate. That's 5 pounds. Nothing's moved yet. 8 pounds. Hasn't moved yet. 10 pounds. It's starting to move. 10 pounds. Starting to move. Let's see it. You can see both in the back, both in that shot. So now that gate is sprung at 10 pounds. So we are going to have to take it apart and spring that down. I want it around 4 to 5 pounds. Okay? That being said, here, let me. That being said, I want this about 4 to 5 pounds, somewhere in there. 10 is too much. Now, we have definitely found something wrong. We've actually fixed something with that Mac. That Mac valve was definitely bad, because that's been on this setup since day one, and that's why I sprung that the way I did. I didn't test it like I just did now. I just said, okay, well, it's only making 2 pounds of boost, or 1 pound of boost. Definitely not a heavy enough spring. So I resprung it, and with the Mac valve and this setup, it was making about 5 to 6 pounds on the spring. Obviously, that was incorrect. So I am going to take this apart. We're going to change the spring in it, and we're going to see where I wanted about 4 or 5. So I'm going to pause you guys and change that spring. Okay. So I pull a spring out, and just watch that now. Let me, you guys aren't going to be able to see the gauge. That's just that. But you have to take my word for it. This is 5. But not like this. 6.5. 5 to 6, 6.5. So, sorry. 5. Six and a half, 7. So 6.5, 7's good. So that's where we're gonna keep that spring right now. So, all right, we got the gate resprung now to 6.5 to 7, somewhere in there. You push the top of the gate shut at 100%. That should make 21, 22, somewhere in there for pounds of boost. That's where I want it. So, all right, I'm gonna pause you guys, and we're gonna put that back together. I just want to show you guys a little trick. I still have the regulator hooked up, and I'm going to install this wastegate, but the valve is hitting the fire ring, so it's a cocksucker to get this V-band clamp latched on. You're trying to push, you're trying to tighten, you're trying to do all kinds of stuff to get that mounted. If you have a regulator, like I do, you know what I mean? If you have a regulator, what I do is I just air the regulator up. Watch that. Watch what happens when you air it up. Did you see that? Here, let's do it again.
I figured this would work out good. 2 birds with 1 stone. Show you guys around my
ready?
race shot and have the intake checked out and get a part made up. I mean, we're here in North Carolina.
You see it? It just dropped. Now that valve is up, you're not pushing to try and get the V-band on because the valve is collapsed. So now it's easy. You just take it, get your V-band clamp back on, and you're good. You tighten it up. Well, actually, you don't tighten it 100%. You get it snug, so it's still a little loose on here, where it won't fall off, but it's loose. Then you let the pressure off, and the valve will center on the fire ring, and then you know you're closed. Then tighten it up, and you're good. And you don't have to worry about that not being completely centered on the fire ring. Okay? Gonna pause you. Hey boys, we are out and about. We're road testing it right now with the new spring, the resprung wastegate. The wastegate is off, right? The boost controller is off, so we are at 0. We are on spring pressure. I also jacked the truck up and I laid underneath it, and the rear main seal is not pushed out, so we're good there. I do have an oil leak coming from somewhere. I don't know from where, but I am going to drive it into work tomorrow, wash the whole undercarriage again. I'm going to add inspection dye into the motor oil, and we are going to find where this leak is coming from. But as it is right now, we're just going for a quick ride around the block just to test our boost pressure. So, hang with me. I'm going to pause you for a quick minute. Okay, so, here we go. We're going to give it a quick test right here. That's exactly what we want. 7 pounds, ice cold night. Perfect. Alright, so now our boost controller can actually work and be effective. Alright, so now let's get by this car here. We're going to bring it up to 25%. Alright. Let me get up to the stop sign here. We'll see what it makes on 25% the boost controller. Perfect. 10 pounds. 25%. Bring it up to 50. Alright. Here we go. 50%. Pounds at 50%. That's fucking perfect. 14 PSI at 50% the boost controller. Alright. Let's wake it up. 75%. Let's get by this car here. Nice and easy. Railroad tracks right here. Let's wick it. That's perfect. We are all set, folks. 100% will bring us up to about 20. We're good. Alright, I will bring a wrap-up video when we get back home.
The problem with the car is just a fuel pump issue, but...
Okay, so clearly I still have an oil leak. I jacked it up I went underneath it. I inspected. It's oil soaked. There's oil everywhere. But it is not the rear main seal. Because I have no inspection cover underneath it, under the converter, so I can look right up there. It is not the rear main, so it is coming from somewhere. So that's my plan, is to drive it to work tomorrow, take it easy. I checked the oil, it's full. So it's obviously a pretty big oil leak, but enough to make all this smoke, but it's not losing that much oil. So I'll be able to make it work. And then I'm going to wash the undercarriage again. And I'm going to put inspection dye in it and then run it and see where it's coming from. That's the plan. But other than that, we're back in business. Boost is back in business. So we're making 6 to 7 pounds on the spring. 25%, it's making about 13, 14. 50%, it's making about 17, 18, somewhere in there. 17, I think 16, 17, somewhere in there. And then I didn't even go full tilt, but I would have to imagine to be 21 to 22 pounds at 100%. So that's it for tonight's video. So tomorrow morning I'll try and get some video footage. I got to be to work real early in the morning, so I'll try and get there early so I can put this up early and wash it and get some video footage first thing in the morning. Once again, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Any questions in the comments below, I'll try and answer them as best I can. And a big shout out to Logan and Rye from Clapped Out. Thank you for the stickers and being awesome. And I'll see you guys in the future. I'll see ya. Have a good night, folks.